My name is Lisa, creator of the vlog Farmhouse in Town. If you enjoy my videos, I would love it if you would subscribe. Hey y'all, it is Tuesday morning and we're headed to the beach. So it's been raining all morning and it looks like we got a little clearing outside. I see the sunshine peeking through the window there, so hopefully we'll get some good weather this week. Something I enjoyed almost as much as the beach is just the walk to the beach. It's just beautiful. They have this really long boardwalk, and part of it you're walking over Deer Lake, which is a state park there in Florida. And so there's so much to look at, just so much scenery, so much wildlife. The lake has lots of lily pads and frogs, and in the morning the lilies would be blooming. It's beautiful. So y'all tell me, do you enjoy sitting on the beach more or swimming in the ocean more? I think I like sitting on the beach more. The water was pretty clear. It did have quite a bit of little bits of green and brown. I don't know if it was algae or seaweed, but just tons of little tiny bits of it in the water. So much so that at the end of the day, your pockets were like full of green slime. So we had fun at the end of the day taking that out and chunking it at each other. if you're headed to the beach, make sure you pick up one of these boogie boards. They're only about $10 or $15, and my kids just enjoyed the heck out of them. We got a couple of them, and by the middle of the first beach day, they were both pros on it, so it was a lot of fun. This is the next morning, and by our second full day there, we were starting to really kind of settle into a rhythm where I got up pretty early in the morning and enjoyed a couple of cups of coffee before everybody got up, and then made us a big breakfast before we headed out for the day on whatever it was that we were going to do, whether it was going to the beach or going shopping or just hanging around. started this day out with a breakfast of pancakes and sausage, and then we got dressed and headed into town. We went to Seaside on this day and did a little shopping. This town was just the perfect little town. Everything about it was beautifully decorated and clean and perfect. And so we did some shopping. We went around to each one of these little shops. I didn't film on the inside because I want to respect other people's privacy, but it was beautiful. I did find a couple of souvenirs for my parents, but that's pretty much all we bought. It was expensive, but it was also very pretty. After a dinner on the town, we headed back over to the beach to get some family pictures. I just set up my tripod and captured some that way. And then we rounded off the night with some crab hunting and then some fireworks. And this was funnier than it sounds. It was really fun, actually. But it's catch and release, and those little suckers are fast. So I hope you enjoy. While we were finishing up our beach vacation, unbeknownst to us, the counties to the south of us, where we live in Texas, were experiencing monumental flooding, and I just couldn't finish this video without expressing my sadness
for all of the lives lost during that flooding, and it's all still getting sorted through. But I just wanted to let everyone know that our prayers are definitely with all of you. I know you're hurting, and we're hurting for you and with you, and we will definitely be praying and looking for ways that we can help you guys in the coming weeks.